Stunt performer sues Kevin Costner and Horizon 2 over unscripted rape scene one day in May 2023. Stunt performer Devon Labella showed up to the Utah set of Horizon, an American Saga Chapter 2, the second part of the sprawling Western series from Kevin Costner, expecting to double for one of the film's stars in some basic, fairly boring shots. Instead, she says, she was surprised by being subjected to an unscripted, brutal rape scene without proper notice, consent, or the presence of a contractually mandated intimacy coordinator. Now, Labella is suing Costner and the film's production companies for sexual discrimination, harassment, and the creation of a hostile work environment. Moreover, the complaint alleges Labella faced retaliation after she reported the incident by not being called back for subsequent work on the Horizon series and never being hired again by the film's stunt coordinator, with whom she had worked previously. On that day, I was left exposed, unprotected, and deeply betrayed by a system that promised safety and professionalism, Labella said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter. What happened to me shattered my trust and forever changed how I move through this industry. In a statement, Costner's attorney Marty Singer said his client always wants to make sure that everyone is comfortable working on his films and takes safety on set very seriously. He says, however, that the lawsuit has absolutely no merit and is completely contradicted by Labella's own actions and the facts. The suit represents the latest legal battle for Horizon, as Costner's loan-out firm for the series was recently hit with an arbitration claim for allegedly breaching its co-financing agreement with New Line Cinema. This complaint was filed after settlement discussions with Costner and production company representatives broke down, says James Vagnini of Valley Kane and Vagnini, one of the attorneys representing Labella, with support from the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund. The Horizon series is the product of decades of hustle from Costner, a veteran of the Western epic, from Dances with Wolves to Hatfields and McCoys to Yellowstone. With no major studio willing to fork over the cash he felt was needed, Costner invested $38 million of his own funds, with the series' first film premiering to anemic box office in June 2024. An ascendant stunt performer who had worked on Barbie and American Horror Stories, Labella was hired on Horizon's second installment as the lead stunt double for actress Ella Hunt, who plays one of the film's main characters. Hunt's role did involve sexual violence. As part of her contract, the lawsuit maintains, Hunt negotiated a mandatory intimacy coordinator on all nude or intimate scenes, which, as her stunt double, would apply to Labella as well. Moreover, given that Hunt and Labella are members of the Performers Union SAG-AFTRA, their intimate scenes would also be subject to the labor group's regulations, which call for prior notice, consent, and a closed set. Everything went by the book for a scripted rape scene that shot on May 1st, according to the suit. The scene where Labella performed the more physical, rough aspects of the action was detailed on the day's call sheet, rehearsed with a stunt coordinator and an intimacy coordinator, later monitored by that intimacy coordinator, took place on a closed set and was structured such that performers got breaks in between shots. But rules were allegedly thrown out the window the next day, when Labella showed up on set to double for two non-intimate sequences and was asked by Costner to stand in for Hunt for a shot. Unbeknownst to Labella, the complaint claims, Hunt had just walked off of the set, visibly upset after Costner told her he had just added an impromptu scene of sexual violence perpetuated by a different character than the previous day's scene. Labella, instructed to lay down on a wagon, allegedly only found out that this was a rape scene after Costner called for actor Roger Ivans to simulate non-consensual sex on top of her. Mr. Ivans violently rustled Ms. Labella's skirt up as if trying to penetrate her against her will while pinning her down per the director's orders, the complaint states. No notice had been given, the scene had not been rehearsed, no intimacy coordinator was on set, and all of the action was aired on monitors that could be viewed by the entire crew. According to the suit, Costner's attorney Singer maintains that this was a rehearsal without cameras rolling and not a filmed scene itself. The film's stunt coordinators were present, he added. After this rehearsal, Labella gave her stunt coordinator supervisor a thumbs up and indicated her willingness to then shoot the scene. If needed, he states. The scene ended up being shot with a stand-in performer and not Labella.